Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my YouTube channel Diversity of Plants Zone. Before starting my today's video, I request you all to please subscribe my YouTube channel. So the today's topic of my video is about the Casimir de Candolle and Richard E'mile Augustin de Candolle. So let's start the video. First of all, I will discuss about the Casimir de Candolle. Casimir de Candolle and Casimir Pyramus or Pyrame de Candolle. He was born on the 20th February 1836 in Geneva, and he was dead on the 3rd of October 1918. Chêne-Bougeries was a Swiss botanist, the son of the Alphonse Pyramus de Candolle. Casimir de Candolle. This is the portrait picture of Casimir de Candolle, which is taken before 1918, as shown in the figure. Anne Casimir Pyramus de Candolle. So he was born on the 20th of February 1836 in Geneva and died on the 3rd of October 1918 at the age of 82. Chêne-Bougeries. Nationality Swiss. Other names are Anne Casimir Pyrame de Candolle. He was known for plant systematics and plant physiology. Spouse: Anna Mathilda Marcet. Children: Raymond Charles de Candolle, 1864 to 1935. Next is Florence Pauline Lucien de Candolle. The time period was 1865 to 1943. Next is Richard E'mile Augustin de Candolle. The time period was 1868 to 1920. Next is Reine Marguerite de Candolle. The time period was 1876 to 1958. The awards are Doctor Honoris Causa. Scientific career includes the fields like the botany. Influences are Alphonse Pyramus de Candolle. Author abbreviation for botany is C.DC. Next, I am going to discuss about his early life and education. He studied chemistry, physics and mathematics in Paris in the time period of 1853 to 57. Later spending time in England, where he met with Miles Berkeley. In 1859, he visited Algeria, and during the following year, he continued his education in Berlin. Afterwards, he returned to the Geneva as an assistant and colleague to his father. He married to the Anna Mathilda Marcet, and they had 4 children. First is Raymond Charles de Candolle. Time period was 1864 to 1935. Next is Florence Pauline Lucien de Candolle. The time period was 1865 to 1943. Next is Richard E'mile Augustin de Candolle. The time period was 1868 to 1920. And Reine Marguerite de Candolle. The time period was 1876 to 1958. Next, I am going to discuss about his career. In the field of the plant systematics, he used the criteria such as the stem structure and a leaf arrangement on the basis of anatomical criteria. As a plant physiologist, he conducted investigations on the movement of the leaves, the curling of tendrils, and the effect of the low temperatures on the seed germination, and the influence of ultraviolet radiation on flower formation. He was particularly interested in the botanical family, which is also called Piperaceae. He continued work on the monography Phanerogamerum, a project that is begun by his father, and was co-editor of the Archives des Sciences Physiques et Naturelles in Geneva. He held honorary degrees Doctor Honoris Causa from the universities of Rostock, Geneva, Aberdeen, and Uppsala. The standard author abbreviation C.DC. is used to indicate this person as the author when citing a botanical name. These are the publications. So the first publication is the Havian Peperomias by the Casimir de Candolle. This is Havian Peperomias as shown in the figure. Next publication is Monography Phanerogamerum Prodromi Nunc Continuation, Volume 2 as shown in the figure. Third publication is the Monography Phanerogamerum Prodromi Nunc Continuation, Nunc Revio, Volume Secundum, Araceae, Optori, Angular as shown in the figure. So the next publication is the Monography Phanerogamerum Prodromi Nunc Continuation, Nunc Revio, Simalaceae, Restiaceae and Miliaceae as shown in the figure. Next is the most important publication, which is also called Piperaceae as shown in the figure. Next I am going to discuss about the Richard E'mile Augustin de Candolle. Richard E'mile Augustin de Candolle. He was born on the 8th of December 1868, Walton-on-Thames, and died on the 4th of May 1920, Vallon. He was a Swiss botanist and was British consul to the Canton of Geneva between 1912 to 1918. So he was born on the 8th of December 1868, Walton-on-Thames, and died on the 4th of May 1920 at the age of 51, Vallon, Broye district. Nationality Anglo-Swiss. So he was known for the plant systematics. Next are Spores. Louis de Candolle. Scientific career includes the fields like botany. Author abbreviation for botany is Ec.DC. Next, I am going to discuss about his early life and education. Richard E'mile Augustin de Candolle. He was the grandson of Alphonse Pyramus de Candolle and son of Casimir de Candolle and Anne Mathilde Marcet, granddaughter of the William Marcet. He had three siblings. First is Raymond Charles de Candolle, 1864 to 1935. Next is Florence Pauline Lucien de Candolle. The time period was 1865 to 1943, and Reine Marguerite de Candolle. The time period was 1876 to 1958. Having initially studied in Geneva, he was sent to England because of the maternal family collections, and in the 1883 he was sent to the Rugby School, where he remained until 1887. He then spent time in Frankfurt to improve his German before returning to London to study for the civil service with the intention of entering the diplomatic service. However, he was obliged to abandon his ambition and instead studied for a career in law in Leipzig and Heidelberg from the 1890 to 1893. Despite this, he was always oriented towards botany, and returning to Geneva, he vowed to continue the botanical family dynasty. He married to the Louis de Candolle in 1895, and they had 3 daughters and 2 sons. So next is the career. Not having particularly prepared for a career in botany, he was mentored by his father. He made a study of the East Madagascan collection of the E'mile Augustin, publishing several descriptions of new species in conjunction with colleagues. In 1912, he was called to work for the British consulate, a role for which his formal education had prepared him well. The demands for this, particularly during the 4 years of World War I, inevitably reduced his botanical studies. The death of his father in 1918 and the end of the war prompted him to resign from the consulate, and he was set to continue his botanic career with a renewed vigor. His death at the age of 51 was unexpected. After his death, the de Candolle Herbarium collection, comprising of about 4 lakh specimens and substantial library of 14,000 works, which included a copy of the 14,085 Herbarius Latinus, the earliest illustrated work known along with the other pre-Linnean works, was donated to the city of Geneva. Next, I am going to discuss about the awards, honors, and affiliations. He was the member of the Swiss Society of Natural Sciences, Botanical Society of Geneva, President 1903 to 1907, Botanical Society of Switzerland, Geneva Society of Physical and Natural History, of which he was first treasurer, then president in 1914. The standard author abbreviation AC. Is used to indicate this person as the author when citing a botanical name. If you like my video, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much for your time and appreciation.